Because if you're watching a podcast, let's just be real. You don't want to just watch any old rinky-dink podcast. Like, you want to make sure that you can connect with your host, like know your host, all right? So we're going to talk about me and how I became the woman that I am today, what has shaped me, what has molded me, the people that I love, the people that I have had in my life for many, many years, the people that were in my life for a moment, for a reason, for a season, and they're not in my life anymore. We're just going to get into all things D, which is short for Divana, because this podcast is Unapologetically Dee with your host, Divana Michelle. So let's get into it, people. Let's get into it. Get into the groove, boy, you gonna prove your love to me. Unapologetically Dee, episode 1, with me, your host, Divana Michelle. Or D for short. Either one will do. What are we talking about on the podcast today? We're talking about me. Because if you're going to watch a podcast, you want to know who your host is. I mean, I would think anyway. So let's get into who I am, what I'm about, how I became the woman that I am today, and all these things. Here's the thing that's crazy. You're going to look at this very first podcast episode and you're going to say this. Why is it different lighting in there? And why does she look a tad bit different? Well, here's the reason. When you go to edit your very first episode and you realize that like 4 or 5, maybe 6 clips didn't save. So you got to go all the way back and get those things done. So here I am. Remember I said we're raw. So let's talk about who I am. Strong family foundation. I've had challenges throughout my life. I am a cycling instructor, a life coach, a creator. Humans make mistakes. I am one of them. So have I made mistakes? Abso-friggin-lutely. I've had a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships over the years, with different people. And, in my professional life, in my personal life, some are great, some are good, some are, everybody's in your life for a reason and or a season. Is that not what they say? So my why am I doing this? Why are you doing Unapologetically Dee? Now at this stage in your life. By the way, today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'm doing it because for many, many years, I was a people pleaser. It was all about everybody else and making sure that they were okay and not necessarily me. I've always felt like I needed to shrink my voice or be a little bit quieter than the next person because, I don't know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I had circles that shifted and changed. And if you've been watching Raw and D, talk about how your circle shifts when you start to heal. So different people at different stages in my life. This Unapologetically Dee is my outlet, my way of being able to connect with people, my opportunity to really say it like it is and not actually get in trouble. Imagine that. I've gotten in trouble a lot in the past, people. A lot. Let's talk a little bit about me and my journey all the way up until, well, today marks a very important day. I happen to be turning 49. It's my 49th birthday, y'all. Woo! Sound the alarm. Boop, 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 boo-doo-doo, boo. Fitness, relationships, friendships. All of those things have molded me into the woman that I am today. I am a firecracker. Thank you, Mom. But I'm still very chill. Thank you, Dad. I'm going to say it like it is. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Because my mom will just tell you. She doesn't necessarily find the reason or the need to sugarcoat anything. Hence the reason I don't either. Hence the reason I've gotten in trouble in my past, personally and professionally. Just saying. But if you need a little bit of finesse and you need to, get your point across, but still be a G about it. Thank you, Dad. Original gangster right there. Original. Mm-hmm. And don't you forget it, people. Don't you forget it. So all of these things I have dealt with weight my entire life, people. It is not easy. It is a very, very, very difficult thing to overcome. But I have been going and going and going, and my fitness journey really, really, really took off. I mean, I've been a cycle instructor for a long time, but when you change things up, and when I mean change things up and add something in that you have been missing, oh, your life. The gym is my second home now. Fitness is who I am to the core. And that's why I like to share it with you, whether it's through cycling or through Ride, Lift, Repeat with Dee. You're going to have to watch part 2. Who are you, Dee? Who are you? My personal background. So, born and raised outside of in a small suburb outside of Seattle, Washington. That city is called Renton. Let's just say born and raised in Seattle. Okay. It doesn't really, that's just the little details don't really matter. And I decided that I was going to move to California for a small little bit of time when I graduated high school, the Bay Area. I lived down there. Again, for a very small amount of time. But the majority of my life has been spent here in Washington State. I have a sister. When you watch episode 3, you will meet her and get to learn her amazing journey. My mom and dad are beautiful, amazing people. You're going to meet my mom in the next episode, and my dad a few episodes after that, or maybe like 1 or 2. My mom worked in banking and also worked in our school systems. My dad is, I'm going to save this little tidbit of information, but he is a G, firefighter for 34 years, retired fire lieutenant. So when we get to his episode, I'm going to let him share that little fact that I learned about him that I didn't even know. Being his daughter, I didn't even know it. It is a beauty. My sister and I are 3 years apart. I am the older of the 2, and I have a beautiful son who is going to be 30 in February, and a beautiful stepdaughter who is going to be 23 in January. And I have a bald-headed husband who you're going to meet in a couple of episodes, who we have been together for 15 years. So that's me in a nutshell. Roles in my professional life. I have been all types of things, operations, account management, sales, stayed in the same industry for 26 years. And I'm not in that industry no more. Struggles. My identity. Who do I identify as? A beautiful Black woman. Somebody with a voice. Somebody who has something to share. Struggles, so many. We're not going to get into them all right now. Being a single mom, that was one, but I wouldn't change it for the world. All right, so a couple more things that, I feel are super important to not, I guess, make sure that I don't leave them out of who I am and why I am who I am. My relationship with food has been, it's been a thing. That's a whole nother episode that we're going to watch. But my relationship with food has been something. We're going to talk about that in another episode. Here's the real raw and honest truth. I am not just one thing. I am a cycle instructor. I am a mom. I am a partner in life. I am a daughter. I am a sister. I am an empowerment coach, life coach, a friend, a confidant, and so many other things. Cycling has really been a huge part of my life. The people that I get to connect with, the music that I get to play, and the just the sheer volume of individuals that I can touch all through doing something that I love. Come on now, people. That's one of the joys and beauties when people say, when I go to work, I don't feel as though I'm going to work. This is something I can truly say that about. I don't. There's a sign behind me on the wall that says, be the most brilliant color in the box. Babe, let me tell you, that is me. I tell myself that every single day. Every. In my very best Cat Williams voice. Every single day. I tell myself I can and I will. You have to be your own hype person. You have to. If you're not your own hype person, who's going to be your hype person for you? Who is going to hype you? Hype me up, man. Hype me up. Hype me up. I'm going to hype myself up. Every day. Every day. You know, I mentioned in one of these last clips that I was like, oh, you got to go back and re-record because some of your clips didn't get recorded. Therefore, you don't have the majority of your story. That's great. That's me. I connecting with you, you know, I ask you this. Have you ever wondered if there was just a platform for just regular people to just have conversations and just talk about life in general? A place where you could go, maybe get some advice. A place where you could go hear a story that you resonate with. A place where you could go and get somebody to be your hype woman or your hype man. Maybe what you hear in their story is going to propel you into walking in your greatness. Let Unapologetically Dee be that for you. Let it be a part of your journey. Step into this space with me and have an open mind and an open heart. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. I promise you that. I cannot get any more real. And my guest, same. So ask yourself, is it time for me to take a moment and, maybe do something outside of my place of comfort? Is it okay for me to be uncomfortable? Yes, it's okay. It's okay being uncomfortable. I will tell you that I am very grateful for this opportunity. I'm also very grateful for the fact that I can move my phone into a different position and still get what I want to get, which is looking directly at you when I say this. I have so much gratitude in my being for being in a position to be able to do something like this. I may have mentioned it before. It might have been part of one of the clips that got deleted or didn't even make it to the floor. But my friends, since 2020, have been laid off not once, but twice. Brutal. This time around, I decided that 2 days after I was laid off, I was going to step right into my purpose and build out what is Dee Off Mute, the collective. Don't worry, we'll talk all about that. But everything that I've experienced in my life has led me to this point, and I really, truly, and honestly feel like this is going to be something great. I pray that I am able to reach you, and I pray that by me reaching you, you share this information. I am Unapologetically Dee. Find me on YouTube with your friends, with your family. Check me out on Instagram at Dee Off Mute. And I'm on almost all of the other platforms. And this right here, my friends, will be coming to the major platforms other than YouTube very, very soon. But when you are everything, hey, Kat, when you are everything in your production, sometimes things take a little bit longer than what you anticipated. But just hang with me, people, because I tell you what, it's coming sooner than you think. And when 2026 rolls around, baby, we just like Will. So, what is Unapologetically Dee all about, and what am I going to be bringing you? I'm going to be bringing you real honesty, honest stories, real people with real truths, all of which hold so much power. That's what this platform is about. It's about coming as you are, being your true, authentic self, and telling your truth. I'm going to have an opportunity to introduce you to my family. I'm going to have an opportunity to do some solo episodes. I will be talking with some amazing individuals who have made huge leaps and bounds and huge impacts in their respective communities. And you know what? I'm the type of individual that I just aim for the stars. So let's just be real. By the time I am fully stepping into my purpose, which is this and so many more things, de-off mute the collective. Let's talk about that in a minute. You just don't ever know. What is God's plan for me? Well, this is a part of it. So I'm just living by faith. That does not make things easy by any stretch of the imagination. It makes them possible. Remember that. Faith don't make things easy, people. It makes them possible. So I mentioned earlier that I was not going to talk or really dive deep into some of the struggles that I have experienced throughout my years, but I'm going to talk about a couple of things because one of those things has drastically impacted me back when it took place in that time of my life. And so let's just get into it. Everybody knows if you watched, or maybe you don't know. So let's just back it up. Beep, beep, beep. On Raw & D, which the very first 4-week series was on healing, I mentioned that I had been in a toxic relationship. Well, let's just be real. There was more than one. I made the choice to stay in those relationships because at that point in my life, I just really didn't have a lot of self-confidence. I wasn't really feeling it. I was just, a confident individual when it came to my capabilities in my profession, and being a mom. But when it came to the other stuff, like how do I look? How do I feel? Do I feel like I'm going to feel comfortable in that uh, outfit today? Or do I feel like I'm going to be uncomfortable or very self-conscious because maybe I'm not at the size that is acceptable? So all of these things, just as a woman and as an individual, went through my brain, which affected me in a lot of different areas in my life. When somebody is verbally abusive towards you, when somebody makes the choice to choose something else other than focusing on the relationship, and in my situation, that person was choosing to focus on alcohol, that's not really going to work. Alcohol brings out the worst in people if you do not know how to control it. And he didn't know how to control it. So without going into more specifics, because that will be saved for a different, which means you just have to keep watching, episode, let's just say that some of the relationships and or friendships that I've had in my past have drastically impacted me in my life and the direction in which I chose to go. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Whether it was right or wrong or indifferent, it just is how it's just what has happened. Ugh. The relationship broke me down. This is the last time I'm going to say it. It ain't about third time is a charm. We've recorded this like 85 times. But you know what? That's what we're about. Being real and being raw. Relationship broke me down, but I've healed from that. And I continue to heal. And every time I am in a situation or a scenario where something is kind of whack, I got to heal from it, just like you do. So give yourself permission to heal. Because guess what? You don't need anybody else's permission to do it. Your healing is not for anybody else but you. Not your brother, not your sister, not your mama, not your daddy, not your cousin, not your teacher, not your colleague or your coworker. It's not for Bobby down the street or Susie up the street. It's for you. So give yourself permission. And if you have not yet, do it now and start the healing process. And if you want somebody to help you out with that, keep on watching. Message me. Drop a message below. Share this with somebody that you think might resonate. It might resonate with them. Share it with them. Okay, because we're going to be going to places that, some good, some shocking, some scary, but it's all good. That's what we do here in Unapologetically Dee. One thing I want you to remember, another thing, closed hands can't catch blessings. In this platform, we've got real people. We want to make a real impact, and we've got real stories to tell. Speak, move, and evolve, people. That is part of my message to you. Speak your truth, move your body, and evolve. This. My mantra at that moment. Shout out Aaliyah. If first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Try again. That's me, people. I dusted myself off and I'm trying again. That relationship broke me down to the ground. And like I said, men could kick rocks because I really didn't have no time for them. But then, sometime later, I met this dude. Happens to be my husband now. I'm going to introduce you guys to him. But you're going to have to keep on watching. So, my growth and my healing, I believe, started when I went through some of the things that I went through with that relationship. When it came to an end, I feel like I was able to have a small breakthrough. Unfortunately, the damage that had been done is something that, honestly, like every now and again, I still deal with certain things that were done during that time of my life, because it's kind of like if you're so used to doing something one way, when that's what you do repeatedly, it's going to be hard to break out of it, right? So you really have to be very intentional. And I feel like over the course of these years, which that was, again, like I said, eons ago, I have taken steps to do certain things. And I said, again, healing does not come, it's not a one size fits all, people. It happens the way that it happens, and it's very specific to you. Take your time, do your thing. There is no rush. Over the years, I have healed from different situations or scenarios that I have been a part of. And I, my friends, decided that I needed to choose myself, even in the midst of being unsure about what was happening and what was going to be in front of me. Because let me tell you, people, right is right and wrong is wrong. And what I was experiencing was not right. By any stretch of the imagination, was it right? Let's talk about these pillars underneath Dee Off Mute Collective. You have Full Circle with Dee. What is Full Circle with Dee? Very intentional, mindful work that will be done, groups that will be formed. Those groups are all about lifting each other up and supporting one another. Okay, it is a collective of, see, isn't that so cool? Using the word collective again. It is an assortment, I like that even better, of different types of people, right? You experience different things in your life. You maybe might want some advice. You maybe might want to give some advice, a tip or a pointer on something that you learned from. So Full Circle with Dee is a community for people to come together, work on themselves, work on healing, workshops. I will also do one-on-one coaching with individuals that are looking to go a little bit deeper into their journey of healing. So we have that. We have Raw and Dee Fridays, which is a mini series that I am doing. I've already started. One that was on healing. You might notice the reoccurring theme of healing because I've been having to do a lot of healing here lately. So, and I know a lot of you do too. So let's talk about that. Raw and Dee Fridays. Raw and Dee Fridays mini-series, short little videos that I put up primarily on YouTube. But you know what, though? I'm thinking that they're going to need to go on all major platforms because we're just going to do it big like that. Raw and Dee Fridays will be done in weeks of 4 or 2, and we'll be talking about some topics that are real and raw, and it will be coming to you from me, Dee. Ride, lift, repeat, strength and movement. I am a cycle instructor. Don't worry, I'm going to have a fellow cycle instructor on here, and we're going to talk about all things bikes later on down the road, but you're going to have to keep watching to see that. So, and I am a firecracker, okay? And I love to bring the joy and the happiness and the passion, just like I have, to whatever I touch. So in my cycling lifting program, I will introduce you to the bike because, believe it or not, you get an amazing workout. I play great music. So strength and movement, it is a program that I am offering to individuals that are looking to add their mental journey to their physical journey. And if you circle back around to Full Circle with Dee and you join one of my groups, I'm also adding some really yummy and very filling and healthy recipes that you might want to try. Will you get on the stairs? Don't you fret. I have plenty of ideas. Plenty. It's all about what fits you. Everybody's routine is not going to be the same, people. We are all beautiful in our own right, and we all bring something different to the table. That is another thing that you will see on this podcast, Unapologetically Dee. So you just have to keep on watching. In my business, Dee Off Mute, the collective, the theme is this. I am a giver. I love to give. That's just a part of who I am as an individual. So, Boxed and Off Mute, formerly known as Baskets by Bon, are very intentional gifts. So, here's how it started. Baskets by Bon was born back in 2020 when the world was going through what we were going through, talked about COVID earlier, and I just wanted to take my positive vibes and spread them around. And so I, for many, many years, have been creating gift baskets. That person wants to make sure that that gift leaves an impression. Let's just say that. So I will curate those baskets, which have evolved to other things that can hold a lot of fun stuff for you to pull out, tailored just to you by me, with love, of course. These baskets filled with things that are specific to you. That is what I have done for many, many years. Okay, you want a spa basket, I'll give you a spa basket. You want a taco night basket, I'll do that for you. You name it, I do it. And I ship all over too. That's the fun thing, is that I have met some people across the country. And, my eyes are big. I'm got my sights set on achieving all these things. So you never know. Maybe one day we might be global, baby. We might be global. But for now, Baskets by Bon evolved into Boxed and Off Mute because I wanted to do something that was a little bit more elevated. Okay, let me explain that and break that down for you. Baskets by Bon, very simple. You tell me a little bit about the person receiving the gift. I then put together a basket tailored to them. Boxed and Off Mute can be an experience or it can be a basket. You have an event that you want to plan. You don't have time to connect everybody. You need somebody to do that for you. I'm your girl. You want to create a memorable evening for your significant other. You don't know where to go. You don't know where to stay. If you want it to be an overnight event, you maybe want to have certain things at a venue. I'm your girl. You are a corporation and you have salespeople that want to give gifts to their customer. I know all about this, people, because I was one for many, many years. Call me. I'm your girl. I think you got the drift. If you want more information on that, keep following. Go to IG at Dee Off Mute. You can see all kinds of things.